Welcome back to my home office. This is video number 3 of the coronavirus market. And today I'm going to cover a little more detail on some things that you can control, that you can be doing as a result of these difficult times, mostly in the area of some tax savings, but also 529 refunds and getting your digital assets in order. So number one, last video I talked about very briefly partial Roth conversions. And someone asked, well, doesn't that mean when you convert, you're taking a loss? And the answer is no. You can actually do what's called convert in kind. So though you have some security or securities that have fallen in value, you transfer those securities in kind to a Roth just as they are. And you pay tax on the value of them at that time. But then when they recover tax-free from here on out. So that's just a little more detail on a partial Roth conversion. Also, you may want to consider doing the Roth conversion in chunks. So you could do some now and some a little bit later in the year if it still makes sense. Required minimum distributions. With the CARES Act, the required minimum distributions have been waived for 2020. So this is big for many of you who get required distributions from an inherited IRA, or you are over 70 and a half and you have been getting them from your regular IRA 401k retirement account. If you don't need that money, you can suspend your required minimum distribution and save yourself that taxable income for this year. I have heard, though, I've talked with at least one custodian, that they don't yet have the automatic ability to suspend automatic required minimum distribution. So if you had set these up automatically, which I've suggested in the past that you do, then the custodians, the institutions are still working on ways that you can suspend it. So if you have one coming up very soon, I would call right away and get them to manually suspend your required minimum distribution. And finally, you may want to look at moving some things around that are in retirement accounts and taxable accounts. This would be in consultation with your financial planner, investment manager, CPA, whereas we like to have things that pay interest and ordinary dividends in retirement accounts and things that pay dividends in taxable accounts. There might be some opportunities to move things around while the market is very low. 529 refunds. If you have a college student or students who are now home and are getting a refund of some room and board or even tuition, and you paid for that out of a 529 account, you have 60 days from the date you get the refund or they get the refund to put the money back in the 529 account. And the check may come back to them or the credit or what bank deposit may come back to the child's name, but you can put the money back in the 529, but 60 days to do that. Getting digital assets in order. This was a viewer reader's suggestion, and I think it's an excellent one. We have more digital accounts than we really understand. And the reason I say that is because at least 6-7 years ago, I started using something called a password manager. The one I use is called Dashlane. And Dashlane keeps track of all my user IDs and passwords. I now have about 200 in there, and I had no idea, just places that I've gone and signed up. A lot of them I don't even use anymore. But if something should happen to you, say you end up in the hospital and someone needs to get into your account, say your spouse, then if just one password is required for Dashlane, then that will save somebody a lot of looking for breadcrumbs and how to get through to your accounts. So great suggestion. Now's a good time to pull together where are all your user IDs and passwords and look at getting a password manager. Once you get it set up, it's really simple to use. And finally, I want to thank everybody for sending me book suggestions, for letting me know that you're getting out and walking and getting to know your neighbors more than you ever have, that you're doing your organizing projects, and even sending me your recipes for the bread that you're making. Thank you so much for those. I've been enjoying hearing how you are finding the silver lining in all of this and taking breaks from the news that's around us. So if there's anything else I can do to help, please let me know. The next video will be specifically for business owners and self-employed on the CARES Act and what you need to be doing to take full advantage of that if you're seeing a drop off in your business because of COVID-19. Well, stay well, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.